Hi Emily, so I'm just making this video so that you can have an idea for how to use the website, how to edit it, and made some little tweaks in case you want to do it on your own, because that's ultimately my goal with this, is you being able to edit your own site. And as you'll see, it's actually really easy to do. So let's take a look. So this is the WordPress backend. I'm on the Pages tab right here, which is showing all the pages that you have on your website. And I've actually opened a couple of them here so we can take a look. So the first one here is the About Us page. So if you've taken a look, you probably are a little bit familiar with what this looks like. And I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of what it is. So the platform that I'm using is called the Divi Builder, like I said. And it's a very powerful tool, but it's also very simple to use. So it's really just goes to what your level of customization is. So how it works, this blue part here is called the section. So this would be like the big sections or areas of the page that you would divide up. So like if you had I don't know, you want to do the text at the top, and then at the bottom you want to do like another part about blog or something that's totally different. Usually break it up into sections, but I did it all in one section so that it would stay in that scrolling white box, everything together. So that's why it's all together here. Then this green section here is called a row. So this would be, for example, like I'm here, add another row, I can choose a different layout. So let's say that you want it to be half and half this time, or 3/4, 1/4, etc. That's where you would add it. I did, again, just one row because I want everything to be in the same white box without having any breaks between them. So that's why, as you can see, all of the modules, as these gray ones are called modules, are inside of the same row. So as you can see, I put these labels here so you can tell which one obviously is which. So if I come here, intro text, you'll see this is the title, which I made as an image because we don't have the web font, so it's an image. This is the hello, nice to meet you. And then you have the image. So here I have 3 different kinds of modules. The first one is the text module. It's pretty simple. Probably this isn't the best example about text. So it's really simple. It's basically just like Microsoft Word or just WordPress, plain WordPress. You edit here, you type. If you come to the text thing, you can see the HTML, but it's still pretty simple. So if you're copying and pasting from Word, you should come here to the text and then paste it. Otherwise, it might get some styling that you don't want, and it might be a pain. So it's better if you're copying and pasting to always come and paste in the text tab, just a tip. And then from there, you can add things like this is a link, so I can edit that here. If I want to add a link here, I just click on this insert edit link. And then you can change text color and blah, blah, blah. It's basically just like WordPress. Here below is where you can change the name, the admin label for what you want that to be called on when you're looking at the page, the back end. So as you can see here, it's about text. Text color, this would be if you have a different background, you could make it light. It's just a quick fix. Or if you want it to be aligned to another alignment. So basically, you're just going to be editing in this section here, the general settings. You can come here, advanced design settings. I would advise not to change anything here because I've already configured it for your theme, for your website, styling, etc. The margins, the padding, the max width, all that is all set up correctly. So I would say change at your own risk, but probably better not to change anything. And then custom CSS is not something that you would need either. So basically, it's just this. That's for the text module. For image, so here would be where your image of the girl. So let's say you want to change this down the road. Really simple. You open it up here and you choose upload an image. And you can choose from the library or upload from your computer, just like WordPress. And again, if you want to put alternate text or title, this is good for SEO. I don't know how much you want to go in depth with that. Or if you want it to open in a light box and the person clicks, which is nice sometimes if it's a small image. Or if you want, let's say, when they click on the image, you want them to go to a link, that will happen. And you can choose like in a new tab. You can choose an animation. I usually leave it no animation because sometimes it won't load or blah, blah. It's just better I think, to leave with no animation. This doesn't really matter. Image alignment, let's say you want it to be aligned to the left, to the right. I always leave it centered since everything is centered here. And then again, the admin labels, let's say girl's photo. And I can save that. And again, the advanced settings, I would advise not to mess with that either, or the CSS. And then, again, these are all text modules, same thing. This is just a heading. So let's say if you can highlight here and choose like heading, paragraph. It's pretty much all you're going to need are those things. And then there's a contact form here. So this is actually a different module. And as you can see here, you can see the name, email, and message. So let's say you want to change what this is called. You want it to be like first name or whatever. You can change that here. And make it full width. We'll just decide whether it goes 100% of the width or the default is 50%, so it breaks it up into two, one beside the other, which is how it is now. And again, advanced settings don't need that. Here you can choose if you want a CAPTCHA. Sometimes if you don't want as much, you want spam or something, you can put that. And the email that you want it to go to. And then if you want a title, here it's not really necessary. And here's where you can put the pattern that you want the info to appear in the email. Since it's really simple, I don't really think that you need to customize that. And then this would be, let's say that you want another page when someone, this could be like for lead conversions, but obviously you're not going to be using that here, I don't think. Would be that when the person clicks, they get redirected to another page. So right now we're not using that. And then this, you might want to customize, will be when the person sends the message, what message appears to them. And again, the label. And you can see you have the cupcake items, all of these different things. So that's pretty much the basic overview. The nice thing about Divi, let's say that you did something that you didn't want to, you accidentally deleted it, you can actually Control-Z, and that will recover it, or you can see all the different steps that you did here. So let's say that you didn't want to edit employment or change the name to girl's photo, you can undo it, and it's right here, or here's the undo button. Then let's say you want to save this page for some reason, you can save to the library, and that will save it, and then later if you want to load it, it will show up in this tab here as the page layout. But again, this is getting kind of advanced. I don't think that you're going to need that. So that's basically it. Then you can update it, and that is the basics. So now let's go to FAQ. This one is a little bit, the module again is different. This is a toggle module. So it will show you the title, which will be like the question that you want. And then you can choose the default, whether you want to open or closed. I left just the top one open. I think it's nice. People know that that's what happens when you open it, but then it's not annoying that all of them are open. And then here you'll put the answer or whatever text that will appear when the person opens to click it. So again, I would advise not to mess here with the advanced design because the coloring and everything is all set up already. And those are for all of them, then the cupcake items. So again, really straightforward. And then here's the menu. It's a little bit different. So I made two different tables for the cupcake menu, just because on mobile it's not readable when you have seven columns. So on the mobile, I don't know if you checked it out, it's just everything is stacked, so it would be like this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Everything one after the other. So if you do change something, just make sure you change it in both places. And you can go ahead and edit it here. It's probably going to be easier than on the HTML markup because it gets pretty intense here, as you can see. So yeah, just be careful to edit both of them when you do. Then these items, let's say that you want to add a new menu section. So I would come here. I think probably the easiest would be to duplicate. So say I want to add one here. I come and I edit, and I would change this to lunch. And then you would put whatever you want and come here and change the title to lunch so you can know which one it is. And then in order for the navigation to work, with the links at the top so that people click and they can go to that section, it's a little bit tricky. So You want to come here, and it will give you a CSS ID and CSS class. So I'm going to change this to lunch. And this will basically just identify the link. So when a person clicks on the link, they will go to this section, which is called lunch. So then I would save it, and I would come here to links, and between breakfast and light bites, I would add one called lunch. And then I come here and I add link. And basically all you need here is hashtag lunch and add it. As you can see, all of these are hashtag whatever. So that way when the person clicks on it, they would be able to go directly to that section. So I'm actually not going to save this page because I know you don't have that section yet, but just so you can have an idea in case you want to add that in the future. And that's pretty much the basics. Another thing would be if you come here to Divi Theme Options, this will allow you to change the logo. Oh, and also favicon, which I will do right now, just a good reminder. And then you can choose, for example, your color scheme. I already put it here so that whenever you're choosing a color in the future, it will show up with these options, which is actually really handy. And then down here is the custom CSS, which you also don't have to worry about because I already took care of it. And then, for example, let's say you want to add Google Analytics and those kind of things. You come here to Integrations tab, and then it will say add code to the body, good for Google Analytics, pretty straightforward. You just paste the code that Google Analytics will give you here. And I don't know if you have other things you want that need to be integrated, and they say add this code to the head of your site. That means you just come here to integration and you can paste it in head, body, posts, whatever makes more sense for the integration that you're doing. And that is pretty much it. Menu you can change here. These are actually the custom items for the address, phone, and hours. So I wouldn't really edit that unless you want to get rid of them, I guess. And then there's the social icons, which are specially styled as well. So that would just be if you maybe added another page, you would put it here, which I was thinking maybe a gallery you guys might want in the future, or the blog, etc. So that's pretty much the basics. I don't think you would need much more than that. And then Bloom here is the opt-in forms. I'm just going to give you a quick look at this as well. So I haven't linked your account yet, but basically what you would do is create an opt-in here. I will set this up for you, and then you can choose like the style that you want and blah blah blah. Let me just take a look. And then you can choose like a lot of these. I'm going to customize it, so I'll end up using some custom CSS, but come to the display settings and you can choose like how long you want it to delay before it comes in, like how many times when someone's using your site, how often, what pages. So you have a lot of power here, like if you don't want it to show on some pages or on some posts or blah blah blah. Like basically the sky's the limit. And then there will be this page here, if you come to the graph at the top, that will give you your conversion rate and your subscribers, and it says some really good stats. And hold on. And this is whenever the plugin gets updated, I have my info in here so you can update it automatically. So that shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just in case you want to maybe add another opt-in sometime in the future, you will know what to do. So I think that's everything. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me. I would love to walk you through it. I just think a video is a lot easier than trying to write it out or anything. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and yeah, just let me know if you have any more questions. Bye-bye. Hi Emily, just a couple more things that I forgot in the first video. So the first one would be the home page. It's a little bit different. I made two different versions because on the mobile, when the mobile menu appears, it doesn't have those contact info options on there, like the address and stuff. I didn't want people to have to click on the menu to find that info, so I made another version that shows it on the home page. So when you come to edit, this obviously is the desktop content. This is where the background image is, if you want to change the background image on the home page, and then it has the text and the cupcakes. But then here you would have the same thing without the cupcakes, and then the store info. So if that ever changes, you would come here and change that. And these all have links on them, the correct links, and then the cupcake items. So if you want to change the background, like I said, come here, upload an image, and you can change it, and then come here afterwards and change it here. So for the whole site, if you want to change a background image for a page, you would come to the section, the blue part, click on the 3 bars, which is the edit info icon, and you would come, the first thing that shows up usually is background image. So you can either paste the URL directly, or you can click upload and it will open up this WordPress menu here. So those are just a few things. I mean, it's the same on all the pages. If I come here to FAQ, I come here and it has a different image. So I'm assuming you guys will probably want to change these background images at some point once you get your photography. So just a couple other things that I wanted you to know about that I forgot in the first video. So that's about it, I think.